And for anyone who was talking about Pep Guardiola doing exactly what Sir Alex Ferguson did at Manchester United, no, shut up. Does anyone have an idea of what's really happening to Manchester City? And Rodon not being available in the team, still their main reason as to why they're struggling, or it is now the right time for us to find another reason, or a good excuse as to why Manchester City are so much all over the place. Conceding 27 goals in their last 12 games in all competitions, that means Manchester City are getting screwed in each and every game. Being at number 6 in the Premier League table after 17 games is a clear picture of how bad Manchester City are. And their latest simulation comes from Aston Villa. Now tell me why you think relegation is not calling. And for anyone who was talking about Pep Guardiola doing exactly what Sir Alex Ferguson did at Manchester United, no, shut up. Pep Guardiola is winning trophies at Manchester City the same way Sir Alex Ferguson did at Manchester United, no, shut up. Pep Guardiola has changed Manchester City the same way Sir Alex Ferguson did at Manchester United, no, shut up. Pep Guardiola is leaving legacy the same way Sir Alex Ferguson left his legacy at Manchester United, no, shut up. And I'm not saying Pep Guardiola is not a good manager. We've seen his achievement in football. He is one of the best. But comparing what he has done at Manchester City to what Sir Alex Ferguson did at Manchester United, there is someone being underrated. How did Manchester City end up being the team we are witnessing right now from the team we were used last season? From dominating football, scoring goals and winning games, to being so much all over the place and losing most of their games. Current Manchester City are so good in conceding goals and losing their games. And not only losing their games, Manchester City are losing some of their very winnable games. 97.7% of football fans around the world, if I'm not wrong, believe that Pep Guardiola will be doing it again this season. Now tell me, how will that happen if Manchester City will continue doing exactly what they are doing right now? Tell me, how will that happen if Manchester City are not planning to stop what they are doing right now, which is losing their games and conceding goals? Why Manchester City is scrambling so bad and Manchester City players being so much all over the place? Erling Haaland, what are you doing? He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing in that position, which means Manchester City should be having someone in that position to try them if they can score goals for the team, because maybe Erling Haaland will not be doing that this season. Phil Foden, Grealish. Did Manchester City made a mistake of letting some of their players leave the team? Someone like Kopama, someone like Alvarez. Would it have been better for them if they had these players in the team? We've seen these other teams being in crisis. We've seen these other teams being in crisis. Chelsea being in crisis, Manchester United being in crisis, Arsenal being in crisis, Aston Villa being in crisis, Nottingham Forest being in crisis, and right now they are top 5 in the Premier League table. But what Manchester City are going through right now is more than crisis. And Rodri not being available in the team will never be the only reason as to why Manchester City are doing what they are doing right now, losing games and conceding goals, and being one of the teams being used as a good example of a struggling team in football. You cannot tell me if Bukayo Saka will not be available in the Arsenal team, they'll be losing games the same way Manchester City are doing right now. You cannot tell me if Ahmad will not be available in the Manchester United team, they'll be losing games the same way Manchester City are losing their games right now. You cannot tell me because Cole Palmer will not be available in Chelsea team, they'll be losing games the same way Manchester City are losing games and conceding goals right now. We knew Pep Guardiola is one of the managers who can fix his team and win games, be it having their key players in the team or not. Right now, Manchester City are losing games, conceding goals, and not being among the top 5 in the Premier League table, all because Rodri is not available. Will Manchester City still challenge for the Premier League title? Will Pep Guardiola make to turn things around again? Is it too early for us to say that it is over for Manchester City? These other teams are doing really well. Chelsea doing well, Liverpool doing well, Arsenal doing well. And there is no way Manchester City will make to challenge for the Premier League title if they are not planning to stop what they are doing right now. And the only way that Manchester City could have remained to be the Premier League champions is by winning games and scoring goals. Right now, they are doing the opposite of that. And for once, there is no stability in the Manchester City team. Again, there is no winning mentality in the team. We are used to Manchester City who know how to defend. We are used to Manchester City that will always try and find ways of scoring goals. Right now, Manchester City's defense line is the worst defense line in the league. And their midfield seems to be where their whole crisis have settled. Their forward line? Now tell me about their forward line. Erling Haaland. We know he's one of the best players. He's supposed to be playing for Real Madrid. He's supposed to be playing for Barcelona. He's supposed to be playing, of course, for Manchester City. But is he scoring goals right now for Manchester City? No, why? because they're in crisis. We knew it was Rodri's absence in the team, but who Manchester City are right now, there is something bigger going on than Rodri not being available in the team. And if this is the end of Manchester City and Pep Guardiola era, it will remain in football history books. From being one of the best football teams in the world, having the best players in the team and winning trophies, to the team we are witnessing right now within months. Like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't, because what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Subscribe to our channel. We'll see you on our next one. Till then, stay safe.